Hey guys, how you going? Nick here. Just wanted to show you guys how to scale a Google Shopping campaign. So I've totally not missed this, but this is one step that I probably haven't gone into as much detail as I could have. So a lot of you, especially today for some reason, have been asking me how you would scale this. Now, a lot of you are using different strategies, so I urge you to use the strategy I've laid out for you. That's what I would use if I was a beginner. Now, if you're more advanced, that strategy is probably not going to be for you. And I will be releasing content to cover off stuff that is more advanced and try and cover off a few of the different strategies you might be using. But based on what I've shown you so far using my testing method, this is what I would do to scale a shopping campaign. So let's remember, guys, that the aim of scaling isn't to just create more revenue numbers for screenshots. We don't just want sales, we want profit. So make sure you get that in your heads that you want more profit, not sales. Those fancy screenshots that you see all through different Facebook groups and YouTube channels, now, doesn't mean anything, guys. If they're not making any profit and they're just sitting there burning cash and turning it over, what's the point? I don't know about you guys, but I'd much rather focus on the profit. So keep that in mind when you're doing this. So when we're making decisions, we're not just going to sit there ratcheting up budgets the whole time. So remember, the test campaign, you can slowly start increasing the budget on that as you get more confident. Now that is going to give you more sales, okay? But only do this if you're feeling confident in the process of optimization. Now, with that, please watch my videos on that. So once you're getting more comfortable, you can slowly increase that budget and you're going to get more sales there. I also recommend that once you're doing a bit better and you're starting to get sales, start playing around with different bidding strategies. Don't be scared, you're not going to break anything. Just see what works best for you. Now, the reason I select max clicks normally, if I'm starting off for this, would be, yes, max clicks, you're foregoing some of that control, especially with bidding. But what we're doing is we're doing low bids and we're trying to get those cheap clicks. And we're also trying to get the maximum amount of clicks for our budget. Now, Google, in their own words, that is what Maximize Clicks does. Maximize Clicks will give you the maximum number of clicks, not necessarily conversions, but the maximum number of clicks for your budget. So if you've got a small budget, this is the best option. Manual bid is going to be way too hard if you've got a big product catalog and you're sitting there manually doing it. So if you have it on an established store, your strategy is going to be different to this. So don't listen to those people that max clicks doesn't work. Max clicks works, and it works well for this specific strategy and not outside that. So that's why I'm saying stick to this. Now, obviously, once you start increasing that budget and you're adding more products, make sure you're doing that, your sales are going to go up. But let's remember, right? Number 3, let's remember that this isn't Facebook. You can't just increase your budget on something and you're going to get a bunch more sales. You're going to be limited by keyword search volume. Right? So if a keyword's searched 1,000 times a day, then you obviously have that maximum amount of people searching. So that includes people that aren't necessarily going to buy. So say 10% of those people are buyers, so you got 100 people, and you manage to get one of them. Now, are you going to get the 100? You're probably never going to get the 100, but the 100 is the maximum. That it's the size of the pie. It's not going to be that 1,000. It's going to be, say, that 100, if it's even that. And so you're limited by that. You can't ratchet up that budget, start finding new audiences and showing it to more and more people, because it's just not going to work. So you're limited by that, and please remember that, because just going from a $20 a day budget to a $2,000 a day budget doesn't necessarily mean that it's either going to spend that or get you more sales. So what I will note is make sure you keep an eye on your lost IS share, which is your impression share, which and brackets budget. So this is the impressions you're losing due to your budget being too small. Now that's going to be a number between 0 and 100. 0 means that you're not losing any. Your budget is more than enough to cover your current bids and also the number of clicks that you could possibly get. Now, if you're missing out on 50, 60, 70%, then you definitely have room there to increase your budget. And make sure you're looking at that metric. So that's the key to succeeding this, guys. Keep an eye on that metric. So if it's at 0%, there's no point in increasing it. You're not going to get any more impressions. Just make a note of that. So from here, I will also note, guys, I actually have a bit of a cold. So if you can't hear me, probably that's why. And that's also why I haven't done many videos of late, because I've just been really sniffly. So from here, you need to be optimizing your campaign on an ongoing basis. I can't stress that enough. I do say it time and time again, but people don't listen, and that's why they don't do well and don't get sales in this. So you need to be removing those losing products. You need to be removing and adding negative keywords. You need to be optimizing your titles, your descriptions, all those things that I speak about, and I will include the video right here. So click it if you want to watch it, and I'll also have it in the link below on how to optimize campaigns. Now, this is the metric that you should be watching to see whether or not your optimization is working. So you need to see your lost impression share due to rank. So ad rank is a bunch of factors. It's your landing page, it's your site speed, it's your ad relevance, it's all those factors that go into optimization. And so you need to make sure that you are getting at as close to zero as possible, because that means you're not losing impressions due to ad rank. And I imagine for a lot of you, it's going to be a mix of these two metrics here. So these are the two metrics you want to add into your columns. I'll show you shortly, but these are the ones you want to keep an eye on. From here, let's cut the wasted spend and make more profit. I've put that in there again because you need, as part of the optimization, this is super important. Get rid of that wasted spend so you can make more money. Get rid of those add negative keywords, and make sure that any product that is really, really chewing up budget, just have a look at why. If it's getting a lot of impressions, that's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. How can you capture that and actually either go and find the product that's going to be better suited to customers' needs? Can you make your site easier to navigate? Because potentially you've got some kind of office desk, but the person is looking for a specific office desk. Yours kind of looks like it. It's not quite it, but you offer other ones on your website. Make your site easy to navigate so people can see, can have a look around and see if you do have what they want. And if they do and they find it, then you're going to get a sale. So from here, this is the bit that I want to show you guys. Let's segment out products that are getting consistent sales into their own campaigns. So this is the product specific campaign I speak about. So I'm going to jump into a Google ad account now and show you how to do this. Okay, so go into campaigns, click the plus symbol and click a new campaign. Click sales, shopping, and from here obviously have your merchant center account there ready to go. Select your country. So let's just go, this has absolutely nothing, this feed, so standard shopping campaign. I will also mention smart campaigns are going to differ slightly. So product specific, and then actually mention, put a bit more detail and go product specific dog toy. Now under additional settings, this is where you're going to filter based on the item ID of the product. So you go filter, and all this means is it's going to only grab that one product. So click here and select item ID. Grab the item ID, and you can either do that in your merchant center or wherever it is that you are able to find. It's displayed in all sorts of places. It's just that unique item ID that the merchant center and Shopify and the app all together come up with that ID, and it's unique to that item. So you're going to put that in there, the relevant one. Obviously, because there's nothing here, I'm not going to have anything, but you're going to find that ID, put it in here, and go from there. Now, what I do suggest is if you have multiple products that are doing well, you can actually have a product specific bestsellers campaign if you want. And rather than have individual campaigns, you can totally just put a few. So put one and then go and add another one, another one, another. And you can add, say you have 5 bestsellers, just keep them in one campaign. And what you can then do is you can do something like manual bid with enhanced CPC and bid on the individual products themselves, because it's obviously not as big of a job, and you know the bids because you've collected data already. So from here, I'll leave it up to you guys. If max clicks is working for you, just keep going with max clicks and set your max CPC just above where you were before. Now, if you want that next level of control, you can do manual CPC and leave enhanced CPC on. I find I tend to get better results with that. Basically what Google's going to do, it's going to bid 30% above or 30% below to maximize your conversion. So it has a look at factors like, where is the person? Is the person driving? Are they on the train? Is this a time they normally purchase? And things like that. Like they've got so much info on the person, they know whether or not they're going to purchase or how likely they are. So it's all probability based, and you're harnessing then the power of the Google AI. So the budget, I suggest putting something solid in here, guys. You're wanting to scale this, and if you're seeing that there's a lot of option for impressions and your lost impression share before was quite high, let's start at $30, $40, whatever you're comfortable with. Just remember, your budget is obviously what's going to determine how many impressions you get and how many clicks. Now, if you're getting a 2% conversion rate, you're going to need 50 clicks to make a sale. So just think about this when you do this, guys. Now from here, under delivery method, guys, let's click accelerated so we can start getting results quicker. So accelerated is just going to spend that budget a lot quicker. And I like to do that at the start to start in getting things cranking, especially with the product specific campaign. Now, it's not going to make a huge difference, but what I find is you tend to rank higher for searches, but less often, if that makes sense. So standard delivery is going to spread that budget out evenly over time. But accelerated is probably, if you don't have enough budget, which is fine. So as long as you're getting the conversions, you can increase it. But accelerated is going to spend that budget a bit quicker. So I like to do it to start getting this ball rolling. Now, under campaign priority, this is very important. Do not miss this step. What you're going to want to do is you want to click medium or high, depending on what you chose in the last campaign. So make sure if you've clicked low, like I suggest, make sure you hit medium for this one. You can leave search partners on if you like, totally up to you. Select your country and then add in any location options that you want to do. Now, I actually suggest that you select people in or regularly in targeted locations rather than people in or who show an interest in. This is just me personally, because these people aren't necessarily going to be buyers. So from here, click save and continue. Let's just click a standard shopping, and the ad group name can just be test. Now, the bid is going to be totally dependent on what you were getting before, and I'll do a video on how to select a bid. It's quite simple, but some people don't understand the process. So let's just go. I recommend here going around 10 to 15% above what you were doing before, because as you scale, you're going to need to bid higher to get those more expensive clicks, because these things work obviously in a curve like this. So the cost goes up as you go along with conversions. So as you go along the axis, obviously your conversions are going to become more and more expensive. So just select that 10 to 15% higher. So click save and your campaign's ready to go, guys. So from here, as I said before, manual CPC, you'll be able to actually go into each of these products later, and depending on how you want to control this. Okay, so now that you've seen how to create a product specific campaign, the next things I suggest are make sure you've got remarketing, because remarketing is going to help you recover abandoned carts and bring back users that are at different stages of the buying cycle. So remember to treat different customers in the funnel differently, and make sure you're sending them targeted messages. The same marketing principles apply on Google. So remarketing, I've got a video, I'll have it in the link below, and I'll have it here so you can click it and go and watch it. So abandoned cart recovery, following on from that, make sure you've got everything there perfect for that, and I've got plenty of content on that. If you want to watch it, just go through my channel. Now, conversion rate optimization. So as part of that optimization, is your store optimized and ready for conversions? Make sure you dig into that and see what you can do to improve that. And then lastly, expand out into different traffic sources. You can start going into Facebook and start building lookalike audiences if you're starting to get purchases based on view content, based on traffic, based on users by time, based on how many times people visited your store, add to cart, initiate checkout, do a mammoth lookalike audience based on all of those, your top 1% email list, your top 1% long time value, and expand out through that. You've got search, the ability to go into Google search ads as well, scaling through there, and you're also going to hit up YouTube and things like that. So guys, sky's the limit with this. I hope this has helped. Obviously a basic little layout, but if you follow these steps here, and over time, obviously what you're going to want to do is the budget on that campaign, watch your lost impression share and budget and rank, and try and improve those. And if you're doing all those other things as well and you're maxing that out, then especially the lost impression share, if you've maxed that out with budget, work on improving your rank. If you've maxed out your rank and you need to increase your budget, do that, and vice versa. But make sure once you hit that point, that's the point. You cannot scale any further. You need to find different sources, which is why I say make sure you've got your remarketing, make sure you've got your abandoned cart recovery, and go into other traffic sources, because you are limited by the keyword research. Now, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Make sure if you have found value in it that you subscribe to my channel. I'm finding a lot of people watching my videos are not subscribing, so make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, like the video, obviously, hit me a comment, and join my Facebook group, guys. And I've got a free members area coming up soon and lots of great content coming out. So talk to you soon.